to the Royal Daily Tea YouTube channel. Please be advised all of my videos are for entertainment purposes only, based 100% on my own opinion, my own theories, and my own research. All of my information can be found on the public domain and falls under the fair use guidelines. Please feel free to do your own research. Hi everyone, it's Michelle and welcome back to the Royal Daily Tea. I hope that your August is off to an amazing start. I always love the beginning of a month. It's always like a crisp dollar bill. It's a fresh start, a mini new year. It's a chance for you to, complete things that you didn't do last month. It's a whole new month. So hopefully this will be an amazing month for everyone. I, for one, have a million and one things planned for this month. So we'll see if any of those things actually happen. But there is a lot of royalty, of course, to go through. So sit back and relax, grab yourself a beverage, and let's get into the Royal Daily Tea. So there's another little excerpt that came from Tom Bower's book. This one is regarding a very tense conversation that was had between William and Harry in regards to their respective wives. Now, according to the author, it talks about how Harry felt that Kate could be, quote, friendlier to Meghan. That's right. He felt that people needed to appreciate Meghan, much like his mother, Princess Diana. Again, he had this major fascination with comparing Meghan to his mother. Now, of course, he had just introduced Meghan to a lot of his extended family, as we talked about in the last video. He introduced her to the Spencers and like, isn't she just like Diana? And they're like, nah. Don't see it. Nope. So he was not very happy with the fact that people just weren't rolling out the red carpet and they just weren't taking to Meghan the way that he thought people would take to Meghan. Again, this man had been love bombed to death. He was walking around with his little rose-colored Diana glasses, and Meghan was doing the old Diana voodoo, whatever it was that she was doing that convinced him that she was his mother 2.0. And he was kind of surprised, like, why isn't my family not seeing what I'm seeing? Why are you not in love with her the way that I am? And we all know that Prince William from the get-go was not a fan of Meghan. He was very worried of her. He was concerned that she was an American, that she was already divorced. She was very worldly. She was completely different from the world that they live in as royals. And he rightfully, in my opinion, was very concerned for his younger brother. Well, Harry was so love-bombed by Meghan, he was not seeing the red flags. All of his friends were seeing major red flags. His extended family were seeing red flags. And of course, William and Catherine definitely saw red flags. Now, during this time, it is said that Prince William and Prince Harry had a very intense conversation about the relationship between their respective wives. Now, according to the Mirror, the book claims that Harry, while he and Meghan were preparing for their official visit to Australia and New Zealand in 2018, told William that Kate, quote, should be friendlier to his wife. Harry said members of their family were not showing Meghan sufficient support, respect, or friendship. Meghan, Harry believed, should be just as appreciated as their mother, Princess Diana. So this woman who is just marrying into the royal family, who's done absolutely nothing to earn people's respect, automatically, according to Harry, needs to be put up on a pedestal and people need to sit at her feet. And everyone's like, huh? Like, the woman just got here. Let her put her suitcase away. She hasn't done anything. She just got married, but we're all supposed to sit at her feet and lift her up like she's Princess Diana incarnate. Like, she hasn't done anything to warrant that kind of praise or comparison. But again, she was doing that little voodoo magic. Rose-colored glasses. Like, what the hell was he drinking? But everyone around him was like, we don't know what's going on, son, but blink twice if you need help. Okay? Can you hear me? How many fingers am I holding up, Harry? Something ain't right here. But y'all know Big Willie, his brother, was like telling him to his face, I don't like her. Slow your roll. Let's relax a little. But Harry didn't listen. And so, boom, they went and got married. Now, it was around the time that we all know of the wedding where we had the infamous Tiara Gate, where they had the who made who cry scenario, which I personally believe Meghan made Kate cry over her daughter and the bridesmaid dresses. Now, what people fail to remember is that Catherine was pregnant with her third child, Prince Louis, and she suffered from severe morning sickness through her entire pregnancy. Kate had very troublesome pregnancies. She had 2 young children at home to attend to. She's still the Duchess of Cambridge. She has a lot of patronages that she is responsible for. She's dealing with a pregnancy, and then here comes Meghan. You're not being nice enough to me. You're not doing enough to support me. I expect you to be available for me. Kind of throwing a little fit. So basically, she was saying, well, you know, Kate isn't being a good friend to me. She's not helping me be a duchess. She's not available to me. Well, in my personal opinion, Kate tried to reach out to her. Kate tried to help her. But after the whole wedding gate and the, tiara gate type of thing, I believe Kate was like, oh, all right. I got your number, sis. I'm going to like you from afar. Okay, I'm going to deal with my pregnancy. I'm going to put you at arm's length here. If you need help, you need to talk to the 14 people who were hired to help you, and I'm sure they'll be able to solve any problem that you have. What Meghan failed to realize is, one, she is below Kate. Kate is above her station. Kate is the Duchess of Cambridge, the future queen consort. She is married to a future king. Meghan, you are married to number 6, soon to be number 9 or 10. But honey, you are below her station. It is not her job to welcome you with the welcome mat and to say, do you know how to curtsy? Do you know the anthem? Do you want me to show you around the palace? No, you have a staff full of people and people hired specifically to do that for you. It is not Kate's job. But Meghan, being the narcissist, expected everyone to be available to her when she wanted them to be available, forgetting that Kate has children, Kate's pregnant, Kate has responsibilities. But Meghan wanted Kate to be at her beck and call because she thinks she's so important. I'm the new Diana. Didn't you hear? The star has arrived. Hello, where is everyone? Yeah, Meghan from Suits has arrived. I'm not a real duchess that just play one on TV. So, of course, she's playing the whole crybaby scene, and William was very unsympathetic to the fact that his wife wasn't rolling out the red carpet and available to be besties with Meghan. And here's something that I did not know, but Kate attended the wedding of Harry and Meghan less than 30 days after she gave birth. She gave birth to Louis on the 23rd of April and attended the wedding on the 19th of May. Now, I can tell you right now, most new mothers probably would not have attended that wedding. I think she had a get out of jail card. I would have said, Kate, don't go to the wedding. If I was Kate, I would have used every excuse in the book to be like, sorry, I just had a baby, can't go. But she put on a beautiful dress and high heels, and she huffed it up those stairs, and she attended that wedding. And she was a new mom of a child that was not even 30 days old. She had her daughter as a little bridesmaid walking in Meghan's wedding who mistreated her daughter, but Meghan's still not happy. Oh, you're not available to me. You know what I mean? Again, this is narcissism 101. They always expect people to bend over backwards, to volunteer, to be available, give them the red carpet. You have to constantly make them feel special. You got to go out of your way to do things for them, but will they do it for you? No. No, they will not. And they will have zero guilt and zero problem telling you no, because it's justified. But if you did it, that is like literally the gravest sin. So here she is trying to cause problems, saying that she's just not available to me. Kate's not friendly. Well, I'm sure Kate tried, but you burned her and she learned her lesson real quick. That's my opinion. And I've had it happen to me several times where after a while you begin to realize that people are users. People mistake kindness for weakness, but actually it's not true because it takes a lot more effort, in my opinion, to be kind. But just because someone is kind doesn't mean you can crap on them. You know the old saying, burn me once, shame on you, burn me twice, shame on me. So I'm sure that's what Kate realized, that she found out real quick who Meghan was and decided to distance herself from Megsy. And of course, around that time is when everything kind of went to hell in a handbasket. Harry and William were definitely having problems. The bullion allegations were coming out. The Tiaragate came out. The fight over the bridesmaids' dresses came out. Kate was probably like, I'm done with this. And then they moved to Frogmore Cottage. According to the author, you know, Kate didn't have a lot of energy to bond with Meghan in the months before the wedding. She had the difficult pregnancy. She had a lot going on. And of course, they had that whole thing that blew up. So Kate, who had been a Duchess for like 8 years at that point, who's on her 3rd child, had been around the block and learned how things run. And here she has Meghan from Suits, who literally thinks she's Princess Diana 2.0 and needs to be elevated above everyone else, who's literally below her station, trying to, you know, energy suck all of her time and energy, while she's just trying to get through her 3rd pregnancy. And she's like, why don't you sit down, close your mouth, open your ears, and learn, Meghan, okay? Learn something. But Meghan didn't want to do that. She just comes in full force and wants everyone to be available for her at all times, just like she was texting her staff at 5 a.m. and expected people to respond. So I can definitely see why there was a lot of tension with them living so close, because there probably wasn't any boundaries. So I guarantee you Kate and William were probably super happy when they chucked it over to Frogmore Cottage, because now they have a little bit of peace and quiet. So another interesting story that we have going around from Neil Sean is that Princess Anne had pretty much sized up Meghan Markle when she met her, and she noted that this woman is going to have a very short royal shelf life. And she left Meghan Markle dumbfounded, because Princess Anne pulls no punches, and that is a woman that you are not going to fool. So according to Neil Sean, when Meghan Markle first came into the monarchy, she immediately beelined to Princess Anne. Maybe she thought she was going to get some sympathy from Anne, but we all know that Princess Anne is known as the hardest working royal. She is the Princess Royal. She does a large amount of royal engagement. She's a lot like her father. She's very sturdy. She's a workhorse, and she loves her job. You can tell she loves being a royal. She loves to serve people. She's much like her mom and her dad in that aspect. She's always just been, you know, get down to the job, no frills, no fuss. So the fact that Meghan Markle, who has this Instagram version of what it is to be a duchess, to be a royal, had no clue what she was up against when she went and sought out Princess Anne. Now, according to Neil Sean, the very first meeting between Meghan and the Princess Royal didn't go very well, and that Meghan left the meeting feeling rather dumbfounded, because Princess Anne pretty much told her, this is a job. This is not an opportunity to seek fame. Well, we all know that Meghan from Suits was definitely there to seek fame, because she wanted to get on the global stage and the platform. And her idea was, I'm going to walk into the royal family. I am Princess Diana 2.0. I'm the star of the show. I'm going to change the royal family. I'm going to modernize it. And everyone is just going to fall in line behind me. So as we know, Princess Anne is the hardest working royal. And Sean says, quote, she does endless amounts of engagements. She turns up, does the job, does not seek the limelight, and represents the queen. Princess Anne reiterated this mantra She pointed out that it wasn't a working monarchy, but it was a job. You turn up on time, you do your research, and you do the duty. Well, it went in one ear and out the other with Miss Markle that she clearly didn't get what she wanted from Anne. She did not cozy up to Anne. Anne did not warm up to her. They're two very different people, and pretty much Princess Anne walked away knowing that Meghan Markle was not going to last in the royal family. So clearly, when she sits with someone like Princess Anne, they're like oil and water. They are never going to mix. So I know that Princess Anne probably thought, what a silly girl. She's not going to last. And well, she was right. So Papa needs a new bag, y'all. That's right, Omid Scobie is going to have a newly unveiled sequel to Finding Freedom, and he promises it's going to have the world talking. Oh, so Omid Scobie freshly announced the follow-up book to Finding Freedom that's going to have exclusive revelations. He said over Twitter, quote, "I'm so excited to finally share the news of the follow-up to the best-selling biography, which is expected to be released next year." Now, this new book does not have an official title. HarperCollins will be publishing the book, just like they did the first one, and he says the world will be talking. The publisher added that it will look at, quote, "a new chapter of the royal story and feature unique insight, deep access, and exclusive revelations." I wonder who's going to give him those revelations. Meghan Markle. So like I said, let's just call it what it is, the unofficial rebuttal to Tom Bower's book by Meghan Markle. We might as well just title it Meghan Markle Biography. But instead, they're going to wrap it up in a little bow and pretend that it's from Omid Scobie and Meghan had nothing to do with it, just like she didn't have anything to do with Finding Freedom. I'm really, really curious to see what revelations that she's going to put in this book. So the news in Mr. Scobie's new book comes just after the royal biographer Tom Bower released his bombshell book, Revenge, Harry, Meghan, and the War Between the Windsors. So the hilarious part, of course, is I heard a rumor that Harry and Meghan were thinking about suing Tom Bower, which is hysterical considering the fact that he is a barrister and he's never lost a lawsuit. Mr. Bower, upon hearing about this, he laughed off the possibility of being sued by the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, commenting, quote, "I don't mind if they sue as long as they lose." He told ITV's Lorraine, quote, "So far, thank goodness, they've lost. I think that Meghan, if she sues, she won't be able to appear in court being cross-examined by my barrister." And I totally believe that story. So it's going to be interesting to hear what happens about this new revelations and bombshells that are going to be dropped in Omid Scobie's upcoming book coming out next year. Again, this is definitely going to be Megsy writing her little narrative of what's happening in response to Tom Bower. Now look, nothing against Omid Scobie. I know he's had some financial problems with his business and Papa needs a new bag. That Botox is not going to pay for itself, but let's be honest here. Just make sure that you file it away in the children's fiction section this time. We just need to make sure that it's filed properly so we all know where to avoid it. So the last thing I have for you is an adorable picture of Princess Charlotte. A lot of people are saying that they're spotting a striking resemblance to Princess Diana. Now I do see a very, very small resemblance to Princess Diana in the photograph, mainly in her forehead and her eyebrows, but the rest of her, in my personal opinion, is Her Majesty the Queen. She looks a lot like Queen Elizabeth, but she is a beautiful young lady. I don't know about you, but I am super excited about the upcoming young royals. I think they're going to be so fun to watch. And Prince Louis, yes, he is going to be the royal heartbreaker, but Charlotte, she looks like she's very, very feisty. And in a way, I kind of wish that she was going to be the future queen because she just reminds me so much of her great grandmother. I just think she has her spunk. and she just looks a lot like, you know, her great grandmother. I love her. I mean, such strong, beautiful women in this royal family, and I think she's definitely inherited a lot from her great grandma, but I think she's absolutely beautiful. And of course, George, you know, he's very serious. He's a lot like his father. Again, the next generation of royals, I'm very, very excited to watch them. So that's all I have for you today. Let me know what you think about all of these stories. What do you think about Meghan proclaiming that Kate could have been kinder to her? Do you agree with Princess Anne's analogy of sizing up Meghan Markle? And what do you think about Omid Scobie writing another book, a sequel to Finding Freedom? And of course, what do you think of our gorgeous Princess Charlotte? Leave me your comments, guys, down below. As always, I appreciate each and every one of you for stopping by my channel. Please be sure to check out all of my other social media accounts. As always, thank you, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.